Hello and welcome. In this documentary, we explore how agricultural raw materials are transformed into refined industrial products, and why each stage of that transformation requires precise coordination between biology, engineering, and quality control. From cultivation and harvesting to extraction, formulation, packaging, and global distribution, this journey follows the complete physical flow of materials through modern industrial systems. What begins as a crop in the field ultimately becomes a standardized consumer product, shaped by technology, regulation, and controlled manufacturing environments. The journey begins in the arid coastal desert of Peru, where raw sand dunes are methodically reshaped into cultivable land. Heavy machinery levels the terrain, laser-guided systems refine elevation for precise drainage, and deep plowing breaks through compacted layers. Organic compost is delivered and mechanically blended into the sand, transforming its structure into a fertile growing medium. What was once unstable desert ground becomes a prepared agricultural foundation engineered for controlled cultivation. With the soil conditioned, a complete irrigation network is constructed from the ground up. Trenches are dug and primary PVC lines are laid, sealed, and buried to form the backbone of water distribution. Filtration units are installed to ensure clean flow, while secondary hoses and drip lines are extended across the field in precise alignment with planting rows. Once the pump is activated and pressure stabilized, water begins to move through the system, forming defined moisture zones that will guide the planting process. Biological preparation now replaces mechanical work. Selected Gakfruit stems are cut, measured, shaped, and treated to ensure uniform growth and protection against disease. After drying, the prepared stakes are transported to the field and planted directly beside active emitters, positioned at controlled angles and depths. Soil is compacted to remove air pockets, and a dry sand mulch layer is applied to preserve moisture. Row by row, the desert floor becomes a grid of precisely planted propagation plants. As irrigation continues, fertigation systems inject nutrients directly into the water stream, delivering controlled doses to each plant. Buds swell, bark splits, and new growth emerges under regulated moisture conditions. Soil moisture is continuously monitored, and irrigation schedules are adjusted to match environmental demand. Weak plants are replaced, weeds are removed, and protective spraying maintains plant health. Over time, foliage thickens, stems mature, and the once barren land develops into a dense agricultural canopy. Underground development accelerates as tubers expand beneath the surface, displacing sand and anchoring the plant. Potassium enrichment supports fruit formation, while pruning and leaf removal concentrate energy toward yield. Regular inspections measure underground progress, and irrigation lines are flushed or repaired to maintain efficiency. The canopy closes overhead, creating a self-regulating microclimate that reduces evaporation and stabilizes growth across the field. As maturity approaches, irrigation is cut to concentrate internal starch and prepare the crop for harvest. The soil dries, loosens, and becomes easier to work. Harvesters clear the canopy, bundle stems for reuse, and systematically loosen the soil around each plant. With controlled force, the entire fruit system is extracted intact. Sand is shaken away, fruits are separated, cleaned, and collected, marking the transition from cultivation to post-harvest handling. Loaded trailers move the harvest from the desert to the processing facility, where fruits enter the receiving hopper and advance through a sequence of cleaning stages. Vibrating conveyors remove debris, high-pressure washing eliminates remaining contaminants, and abrasive systems prepare the surface. From field extraction to industrial sanitation, each step maintains continuity in the product's physical journey, transforming desert-grown Gakfruit into a standardized agricultural commodity ready for distribution. The process begins at dawn as fully ripened Gakfruits are harvested directly from dense trellis systems and placed into food-grade crates. Once collected, the fruit transitions immediately into refrigerated transport, preserving freshness during movement from field to facility. Loaded trucks travel in coordinated convoys toward the processing complex, maintaining temperature stability throughout the journey. This stage establishes the controlled cold chain that links agricultural origin with industrial transformation. Upon arrival at the processing facility, refrigerated trucks pass through automated entry gates and digital weighing systems before unloading begins. Crates are transferred onto intake conveyors where quality control teams and AI inspection systems verify external integrity and remove substandard units. From this point forward, the fruit enters a structured industrial workflow, shifting from agricultural handling into controlled mechanical processing. The Gakfruits move through high-pressure washing systems that remove surface contaminants, followed by ozone sanitation to reduce microbial presence. After washing, high-velocity air tunnels eliminate residual moisture. Optical grading conveyors then classify each fruit by size and color intensity, while pneumatic systems separate off-grade units. Only standardized fruits continue toward internal processing. Approved fruits are aligned and fed into automatic cutting systems where rotating blades divide them cleanly in half. The exposed interior reveals the vivid red arrow surrounding the seeds. Mechanical separation units gently extract the soft arrow from rind and seed components, transferring the edible pulp forward while directing residual material into byproduct channels. This marks the transition from whole fruit to processable raw material. Collected arrow pulp cascades into milling equipment, where it is refined into a uniform paste. The paste is then transferred into insulated heating tanks, where controlled temperature and agitation stabilize texture in preparation for extraction. Digital control systems regulate heat and mixing speed, ensuring consistent conditioning before pressure separation begins. The heated paste is pumped into an industrial screw press where mechanical compression gradually separates oil from solid residue. As pressure increases within the chamber, crude gack oil flows outward into collection trays while compacted fiber exits separately for secondary processing. Continuous monitoring systems track pressure and temperature, maintaining stability throughout extraction. oil is conveyed into high-speed centrifuges, where rotational force separates remaining solids from the liquid phase. Clarified oil then passes through layered filtration units that remove microscopic impurities. Each stage refines clarity and purity, progressively transforming raw extract into a stable intermediate product suitable for further conditioning. Filtered oil enters a vacuum dehydration tank where gentle heating under reduced pressure removes residual moisture. Vapor is extracted and condensed externally, while sensors confirm moisture reduction to export standards. Once stabilized, the purified oil is transferred into stainless steel storage tanks for laboratory verification. Samples are drawn hygienically and analyzed for beta-carotene concentration, oxidation levels, and color stability using calibrated laboratory instruments. Analytical confirmation ensures compliance with safety and export specifications. Only after meeting validated parameters does the oil proceed into downstream production streams. Automated valve systems divide purified oil into separate pathways, directing one stream toward bottling and another toward cosmetic formulation. After batch completion, clean-in-place systems circulate sanitation fluids through pipelines and tanks, maintaining hygienic readiness for subsequent production cycles. Within GMP-compliant environments, purified GAC oil is combined with heated water and measured auxiliary ingredients. Under vacuum emulsification and high shear homogenization, the phases merge into a stable cream structure. Controlled cooling and viscosity monitoring finalize texture, producing a uniform cosmetic base ready for packaging. Purified oil is dispensed into dark glass bottles under precise volumetric control, capped, sealed, inspected, labeled, and coded for traceability. Simultaneously, cosmetic cream is filled into jars and tubes, sealed, weighed, and visually inspected. Robotic systems group finished units into cartons, ensuring packaging integrity across parallel production lines. Completed cartons are palletized, stretch-wrapped, labeled, and transferred by autonomous vehicles into smart warehouse systems. From there, shipments move into refrigerated containers and through port logistics channels for international distribution. Digital tracking systems monitor movement across global routes, extending the industrial chain beyond the factory. At the retail level, finished Gak oil and cosmetic products reach store shelves for consumer selection. Following purchase, the products transition into daily use, where oil and cream are applied directly. The journey concludes as raw desert-grown fruit becomes a refined consumer product, completing a continuous cycle from cultivation to final application. From field cultivation to advanced processing and global logistics, we have followed the complete transformation of raw agricultural material into finished industrial goods. This journey reveals how and why modern production depends on continuous monitoring, precision engineering, and strict quality validation at every stage. Thank you for watching this in-depth industrial documentary. Subscribe for more detailed explorations into the systems that power today's global manufacturing and agricultural industries.